Welcome to the Elevate Life weekly video think letter, created for executives facing high stakes transitions, whether navigating a merger or acquisition, reorganization of a company, transitioning teams as professional athletes, or shifting from military to civilian life. This series is designed to support you. These moments demand a mindset equipped to handle change at the highest level. This week is the last week in the year of 2024. And I am dating this because we all need to take a look back to see the growth from this prior year to the year that we are about to enter into in 2025 and see what was accomplished. So let's embrace a resilient mindset to navigate and lead through significant transitions effectively. Remember, resilience is not just the bounce back, but the ability to even ask for help. In the Elevate Life weekly video letter, we focus on the what and the why of challenges. We address questions like, why does this problem exist? What are the obstacles? And what happens if you do not fix it? We end each segment with an invitation to join the Elevate Life Executive Experience Premium membership, where we dive into the how of implementing the solutions. For premium members, I guide you step by step. This video letter is more personal to me, and I wanted to share something that has been on my mind for a while. So I'm going to be addressing both groups with this one. It comes from Christmas 2024. As my family gathered at our home in Colorado Springs, Colorado, I was overwhelmed with gratitude. I was sitting on the floor in the front living room of my mother's plant that was given to me by my speaker bureau client, GDA Speakers. And as I was reminded of her life, the life that she lived, I was looking toward the living room and I began to weep. And I was watching the laughter and the joking and the kidding with my wife, my daughter. They were all interacting, my son and my grandchildren. And the granddaughters, they all were there. They were exchanging gifts from under the tree. And she caught me weeping as I reflected on the joy, the laughter, and the connection that we were all sharing in that moment. She asked me why. And I told her, I was just happy and grateful for moments like this. Although I know they are fleeting, this moment made me think about legacy. How do I want people to remember me? And what do I want, or do I want to leave behind? And the first thing is the belief that God is so gracious, God is merciful, and we should all live in hopeful expectation of his return. This is the inheritance that I desire to leave for my children's children. I hear of so many families who give gifts, but they do not have this laughter in the house that we were experiencing, that I was experiencing. I always want this laughter to be in the house. My leadership lesson is to cultivate gratitude and focus on the legacy that you want to leave behind. And this will anchor purpose in your personal and professional life. I heard on more than one occasion a person saying that hope is not a plan. However, I believe that hope is powerful. Some may say hope isn't a plan, but consider this. Mankind is said to be able to live 7 days without food, 3 days without water, but mankind cannot live 1 second without hope. So while hope may not yet be a plan, without it, you might not need one. Hope propels us towards a better future. It is the belief that tomorrow can be better than today, that next year can be better than this year. But hope also requires action. Hope alone isn't enough. It's the first step in creating a change plan. I desire my 2025 year to be better than my 2024 year. I hope it will be, but I have to execute the plan that I believe God has given me to inspire more people. I am very thankful that we have almost 15 signed agreements for presentations next year, as well as 2 or 3 training sessions. My leadership lesson, hope, is this. Let hope fuel your vision, but pair it with action to create meaningful progress. So let's review some of the highlights for the year in 2024. 2024 was amazing. I began the year by joining a mastermind group at an Airbnb organized by the incredible Sylvia DeGiusto. The group included Betsy, Mike, Dan, and myself. None of us knew each other beforehand, but we quickly bonded. And one of the most important lessons that I learned was the value of surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, people who push you, people who help you grow. Another critical takeaway was the importance of standing by your values. I discovered that some of my speaker colleagues were like paying under the table, kind of like bribes to secure other opportunities with certain agents willing to accept these gifts. This revelation shocked me, but it reinforced my commitment to never engage in unethical practices. Paying for mediocrity weakens the entire industry. As leaders, we must stick to our values and hold others accountable to do the same. My friend Denise Hamilton, secondly, she wrote an incredible book entitled Indivisible. Many of us grew up reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in school or in our Cub Scouts, as I was, to do my duty and to do my best. Denise's book explores the indivisible truly means in practice. As leaders, we must ask ourselves if we promote the ideals of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are we striving to and for unity, or are we accepting division? Denise's book helped me clarify my position on this critical issue. It is a powerful read, and I encourage everyone to explore it. Ryan Vermaka and Madeline Jones.
In high school, I gave up a lot. Parties, I never went to a single party in high school. I gave up a lot of fun. Like, that was really hard for me in high school to give up, like, when all my friends were going out and partying, I was just sitting at home thinking about running track. What can I do to make myself better? How can I eat cleaner? How can I get faster? And Coach Clark was always telling me to embrace the suck, and I took that to heart. So
this year I had the honor of re-meeting Ryan Vermaka and Madeline Jones at the Simplot Games in Idaho. I'm an announcer at those games. Ryan had been battling cancer and was only given a few months to live. His greatest wish was to return to these Simplot Games. And though I didn't remember our first encounter in Colorado, Ryan did, and his coach Kevin Clark shared Ryan's story with me. And despite his illness, Ryan exemplified resilience and hard work. Whatever you have going on, you can battle through it, he said. Although Ryan is no longer with us, his spirit and dedication continue to inspire. Reconnecting with Dwayne Burbank this year, I reconnected with my battle buddy, Dwayne Burbank, for the first time since Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm. During the war, we were inseparable until Dwayne was sent on a special detail. I visited him and his wife in Chinle, New Mexico, where we shared a meal and meaningful conversations, reminiscing about our past. And Dwayne, a Navajo veteran, spoke about the challenges he faces on and off the reservation, yet his integrity remains unshakable. From Dwayne, I learned about grit, resilience, and the importance of stewardship. Leaders must ask themselves, how well are we stewarding what we have been entrusted with? Recognition through hard work. This year brought unexpected honors. I was named one of the top 50 global leadership speakers in the world, joining the ranks of Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Damon John, and Brene Brown. I never imagined being recognized at this level, and it motivates me to continue earning that designation every single day. Another major honor was my induction as a CPAE, Council of Peers Award for Excellence. It's Hall of Fame by the National Speakers Association and my peers. What made this recognition even more special was celebrating the moment with my family. My wife, Alice, our children, John Jr. and his wife, Jasmine, Ashley and Laquita, my father, my brother, and my bishop, Reverend Cleveland Thompson, and his wife, Bernice. They were all there to share in the celebration, and having my dear friend and fellow CPAE, Crystal Washington, introduce me was the icing on the cake. I am deeply humbled by these honors and inspired to continue elevating the profession. Next was the Paralympic Games this summer. Alice and I attended the Paralympic Games in Paris to support Paul Fitzgerald and World Para-Athletics. Between morning and evening sessions, I engaged with sponsors, sharing my perspective on equity in sports, Olympic sport and Paralympic sport. Paralympians demonstrate extraordinary abilities on the world stage, yet many return to countries where they are still treated as second-class citizens. Even in the United States, the disability employment gap is stark. As leaders, we must ask, How can we ensure every customer has the best experience possible? And are we having the best workforce possible? Are we including representatives from all demographics to help guide our decisions? More on this in a moment. Now, the Paralympic Games also focus on the importance of relationships. And I am so grateful, very grateful for reconnecting with Paul Fitzgerald, who I mentored years ago in creating programs for wounded service members. His work has reached global heights, and supporting him at the Paralympic Games in Paris was an absolute honor. He is now the head of World Para Athletics and is the right person for this job because he gets it about the athletes, the potential for elevation of this community and this community beyond the athletic field. So here's what I mean. While the world celebrates the athletes' feats, these Paralympians, because they do great feats, many of these athletes with disabilities face limited opportunities once they return home. They face massive discrimination in the labor market. They are celebrated for their feats on the field of play and written about for their capability, but most will not be able to get employment after they return home to their various countries. Even here in the United States of America, where gains were made in 2023 in employment rate for those with disabilities, but we still lag a third, actually 2/3 behind our temporarily able-bodied counterparts. Denying people opportunities based on appearance or ability limits society as a whole. Think about how many problems go unresolved and unsolved because only a few people are working on the problem. So my leadership lesson is this: learn to invest in meaningful relationships and advocate for inclusive opportunities to empower others. In 2024, I was more nimble and acted faster on my visions to bring them to life with greater urgency. I am by no means in sync with it all as of yet, but I am getting there by just starting. Writing down goals is extremely important and extremely important to me, and I encourage you to do so. But surrounding yourself with people who elevate your confidence is just as critical. This video think letter, for example, is one of those visions. It is a tool to help executives navigate transitions, high stakes transitions, and make impactful decisions. However, its success depends on spreading the word. If this content has benefited you, share it with someone who could also find value, a colleague, a friend, or even your boss. Let's expand this initiative in 2025. I owe a debt of gratitude to Sonia Dumas for helping me create this video letter, and to my executive director, Jasmine, for ensuring its weekly delivery. With this new format, we've retired the Forward Friday newsletter. I think the last one's coming out next Friday, which Melinda diligently managed last year. Reading is fundamental for growth. This year I read Rocket Fuel, Breathe, Traction, Extraordinary Transformation, Think and Grow Rich, Think Again, Indivisible, Focus, You're Invited, and Atomic Habits. I have been enriched by all the reads. What are the books that you are reading or have read this year, and what are you learning from them? What are you going to read next year? The lesson I continually learn and take advantage of, it's to surround yourself with individuals who challenge and elevate your vision, accelerating your progress, and then recognize and celebrate your team's contribution. It fosters loyalty and collaboration. So looking ahead into 2025, as we move into 2025, leaders must embrace AI to make faster, smarter decisions. This technology shift will favor A players who can harness AI to accelerate progress. We must prepare for disruption with a resilient mindset. Remember, embedded in resilience is the word silence. As we move into 2025, I'm tripling down on my CEO interviews. I'm excited to be a speaker at Unite 2025, where some of the world's most amazing movers and shakers, the most amazing CEOs will be. I am hoping to gain interviews of at least 12 of these CEOs that I can share their insights with all of you. And I want to learn how these executive leaders strategize. What are they willing to release or amputate, and what they want to invest in for their growth? Where do they see 2025? What are the opportunities that they're looking for? My team is also planning 10 executive leadership video sessions and several pop-up events to teach hands-on skills for professional speakers. This is not about speaking as a keynote speaker like myself, but rather a speaker able to articulate your company values as the executive, the CEO, and produce better. It will be an exciting year, and I'm thrilled to walk alongside of you as an advisor. Finally, my leadership insight. Gain insight from other leaders to refine your strategies and create impactful initiatives. Thank you so much for being part of Elevate Life and the Elevate Life community and the Video Think Letter. Let's make 2025 a year of growth, collaboration, and impact. Let's connect in 2025 to create impact together. Thank you so much for journeying with me this year. Now go forth and inspire your world. Why? Because go is your command, forth is your direction, inspire is your vocation. Because only you can do this work, and you can only do this work in your sphere of influence. We'll see you in 2025. Bye for now.